right, some live pictures now from Miami Beach. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will soon be signing a new law banning homeless people from sleeping or camping on public property. The bill calls on local governments to create designated homeless camps with security, sanitation, and access to mental health services. The governor says this law is one way to combat homelessness and keep Florida's streets clean, adding that we're not going to let Florida become San Francisco, where homeless are everywhere. Homelessness in the U.S. has reached a record high last year, due in large part to the lack of affordable housing. Florida saw a 17% spike in its homelessness population between 2022 and 23. Joining me now, Stanley, CEO of the Lord's Place, one of the largest homeless charities in Palm Beach County. Thank you, Diana, for being with us. So you called the bill and the approach vague and punitive. Others go so far as to say it's inhumane. What are your concerns with this bill?
So we've been serving the homeless here in Palm Beach County for 45 years. And when we look at a bill like this is just a Band-Aid approach, right? We're looking at this saying, okay, there's a bill that says we don't want people to sleep out on the camp out on the sidewalks. Really what it's saying, Marni, is that we don't want to see the homeless. And very clearly, if you don't see them, you don't have to take care of them. And so as boots on the ground, we're concerned about what this means for our men, women, and our families that are experiencing homelessness. You know, we also are getting prepared. We know that he's going to sign this bill. And so for folks that are out on the streets on a daily basis, engaging and meeting with people where they are, it's going to be really important that we listen more intently to what they're struggling with. You know, when I think of, I've been in this industry for over 40 years, and when I think of a bill like this, I think my bigger concern is what is this going to look like in 5-10 years down the road? There's so many uncertainties in this bill right now that we just do not know what this is really going to impact, how this is really going to impact us, not only today, but in 5 years from now.
And I hear what you're saying, that, you know, out of sight, out of mind, but there would be designated areas, to be fair, with restrooms. Part of this plan is access to water. Do you have an understanding as to where this would take place, where these designated areas would be, and who would be responsible for overseeing them?
So that's exactly the problem, right? It's in the bill, but, you know, clearly, if you know anything about South Florida, we have limited space. There's not a lot of land use. So when you talk about designated spaces where people are going to go, where is it going to be? They now have put into this bill that there is a 1-year timeline. So someone can only stay there for a year. Department of Child and Family, DCF, are going to provide oversight for that. But there's some real restrictions to that. So, you know, we've seen this happen before. There was a place up in Orlando that did this a couple years ago, and it ended up just not being good for those who are experiencing homelessness, right? It's just not a safe environment. So go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, in terms of safety, right? I mean, you have to look at San Francisco as an advancer, as an example. The governor certainly does. That crime has become an issue, drug use on the street. So part of DeSantis's plan is to prohibit camping on sidewalks and parks. Why isn't that a good thing to try and regulate it? And why isn't that a good thing for the people who live there, who are afraid of crime and their own safety?
Yeah. I think that we're putting a Band-Aid on this, right? The real issue is not having a designated space and throwing people in a corner of our community. The real issue is, how do we secure funding to create more affordable housing? How do we allow those nonprofits that are out on the streets, like the Lord's Place and others in the state, give them the resources they need to meet people where they are, to engage with them, to understand their substance use disorder, to understand their mental health, and put resources into that. The solution is housing. So with this bill passing, I'm challenging, right, our governor and our entire state to say, we need to create a bucket of money that is earmarked specifically for increasing the housing inventory across the state. Only then will we really see a difference in ending homelessness.
Okay, and how far have you gotten on that so far? What are the discussions around it?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for years, right? There's been a lot of housing trust funds set up there that continue to be robbed. So with this new bill, we're kind of really accelerating this conversation, right? We are going to need to figure out a way how to create more housing. You know, as a provider that serves the most chronic homeless in Palm Beach County, every single day we see the transformation of life when you give someone a place to call home. And with that, you have wraparound services that allow them to find their purpose. We've lost sight of that in this bill. This bill is all about preventing people from finding their purpose. we believe housing will allow them to find their purpose in life.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.